Testing, mic check. Okay, go ahead.
Testing. Nigga, how I'm gonna start talking telling you if we ain't recording?
It's recording.
No, it's not. Welcome back to the ISO Boom Podcast. I'm your host, CT.
And I'm your host, Lyric. And today we're going to be talking about diversity and some of the pros and cons that come with that, the effects of it, being exposed to it early and versus later in life. So, ISO Boom. The first question I had was, is it more beneficial to be exposed to diversity earlier in life, like going to a diverse school, being in a diverse neighborhood, versus later in life?
I think it is better, just so you can know how to maneuver around. You're used to maneuvering around everybody.
Okay.
In the manner of just all aspects of life. I know how to maneuver, and whether it be the hood, the corporate area, how to conduct yourself in all aspects.
Okay, and so you think
that doesn't mean you have to change the person that you are, but just know how to maneuver in those rooms.
But that does change the person that you are.
It doesn't. You just know how to move. How does it change the person that you are?
Because if you're exposed to it at an early age, then you're not going to be the same person if you would have grew up around all black kids. And
you might just be.
No, because that exposure molds you too.
You could have been a part of your family. Could have been like the hood people. You had a hood family, so you've been around. You be around them, and you be around everybody else too.
Yeah, no, if your family,
you know what I'm saying, you know how to maneuver around everybody. And I'm not saying that every person that's from a different culture goes through that, but it's just like you know how to be around everybody.
Yeah,
whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, or whatever situations may approach. I'm not now certain things are situational, but in every way, you know how to maneuver.
Okay, you know how to maneuver, but do you feel like that you are fully accepted for you in all of those? I guess in all of those.
But I think you are, because you grew up in it. They know you for you, right?
They know you for you, yes, but they're also going home to a different culture, with different beliefs about the different races. You know what I'm saying? So do you feel like you're fully accepted when you are spread out within the different?
I think acceptance comes with knowing who you are too. You know what I'm saying? You have to accept me for me, right? Regardless. I mean, when you around who, when I say maneuver, I don't mean like just acceptance. Like you just know how to be around people. You know how to read the room when you are in those rooms. Because you would have been around these people. You know how those people are, and it's something that you could have taken in growing up as a short.
No, I get that, but that can also be learned later in life too.
It could be.
Because did you grow up in a diverse school?
Not at all.
Diverse neighborhood?
Not at all.
But you still know how to maneuver now because you were eventually exposed to it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's knowing who I am though. You see what I'm saying?
What you mean as far what you
like? I know I stand on what I believe in on my 10 toes. So when I'm going into these rooms, I'm still comfortable being myself.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I ain't gotta.
No, right. Exactly. You comfortable with being yourself. And I feel like that's because that's what you grew up around. That's what um that's what you saw. You know what I'm saying? That's you had you had it in school, you had it at the crib. And so you strong in your culture. You know your culture from a shorty to, you know what I'm saying? Because that's basically all you was
But
around.
That doesn't mean you're not gonna know your culture.
I'm not saying you're not gonna know your culture, but it's more grounded in you, opposed to, okay, now I'm in a diverse school, I'm exposed to this and that, right, which are going to affect who I am as I'm growing. And so my culture will be there. Yeah, my culture is the base culture, but of course, because I'm around of all these other cultures, that's going to play a part on who I am. So the person that grew up with strictly their culture is going to be totally different than a person who, yes, their family is their culture, but they're also exposed to many other cultures. So now them two people is not going to walk that's the same path. And so you're comfortable with yourself because I feel like you were grounded in your culture, right? You were grounded in who you were. So now I'm opposed to a person who sometimes don't feel like they knew what they belong when they grew up because it was so many cultures. They didn't know where they fit in. They did, you know what I'm saying? Kind of was.
No, but that's some psychological.
No, but some kids go through that because of who they are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially like mixed.
Because that's probably how their parents are. Well, that's probably just how their parents are too. You feel me?
Not necessarily.
Well, if your parents told you who you is, then you should know who you are. Like,
gee, it don't always work
you
like
be around
that,
your parents most, right? Like theoretically,
yeah.
You're gonna take what they're putting out, right? So the things that you have instilled in you is first. Yes. As far as your confidence.
Yes, but you're instilling this at the same time. But is what I'm saying.
Not going to get though. You're not going to be able to get that being from a different neighborhood. I mean, from in a more diverse neighborhood.
I'm not saying you're not going to get it. You're going to get it. Your family is it. Is inevitable for you to get that side of you. But you're also exposed to other things. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm saying that influence can be very positive.
Right.
But in being exposed to just one straight culture, it's like you're I don't want to say it's like you're mastering it. That's the wrong word, but that's how I view it in my head. It's kind of like you're from the womb. You have been influenced by this culture.
But
so it's I don't know how to. It's a more of a piece of you that you're able to relate fully to that culture. I don't know how to say it.
So let me ask you this. I had a question. Okay, what if you grew up in a Christian household, whatever, blah, 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 right? Grew up your whole life. You turn Muslim. That's kind of a different culture now, right?
Okay.
So you think oh,
that was a perfect example though. No, that was a perfect example. Because so I grew up in a Christian household, right? I was exposed to nothing but Christianity.
Correct.
Okay. So my faith is very strong in Christianity. I could tell you some things about it. I was not exposed to other religions. I have not researched in depth other religions. So therefore, because I have always from a kid been raised in Christianity, I'm strong in it. Can't nobody turn me from it. But if I was exposed to other religions and say, okay, well, let me learn this. Oh, this your God. Let me learn it. Then I feel like that would have, as a child, that would have kind of changed. Not saying I wouldn't be strong in Christianity, but I will also be familiar with other. That would play a part on my faith. I feel like.
How would that play a part? What they gonna believe whatever they want to believe in. Why does that have to play a part on your faith?
Because it's the influence of it as a shorty.
That
This is
why
it
does
is
that
still
have to influence you like that,
bro. As a shorty, you're influenced by everything.
though? Okay, you are influenced by everything, right? But why does it have to play a part of the person that you are? Like you're saying, okay, you're influenced by things, yes, but I don't think that's like the basis of just you still should know who you are.
Yes, that's all nice and dandy. But that's not always the case. That's why kids you can raise them and train them up the way they should go, and they can still fall off that path and do what they want to do and become drug dealers and become uh, pimps and become all of that, because it's not and the parents will feel bad like, what did I do wrong? You didn't do nothing wrong. It's
You
just the
didn't.
influence of the world was greater than what you were teaching in the home. And sometimes
In
that
that
happens,
aspect,
and that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Influence can be greater than what you know what I'm saying.
I got you.
The outside other factors can influence,
And
especially as a shorty.
and it can just pull you in.
Yeah, it can pull you in.
But
It don't always happen, but it can happen.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just life, man. Like that's just life. But like, so you can still like, okay, I feel like you should know all these different cultures and be around them and stuff like that, because you can come to a point to where you get shell shocked being around these people. You know what I'm saying? Like there's advantages in that. You know what I'm saying? Knowing
Yeah.
how to.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that. I do believe there's advantages. I agree with you on your first point. Yes, I think there's a lot of benefits to growing up in a diverse neighborhood, diverse school. But I would just I liked how if I had to do it again, I would do it the same, and then be exposed to it in college like I was, and it was like, oh dang, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, your culture, oh, that's decent.
Were you like open to other?
Yeah,
open to
yeah. It? I was never, just because you are raised up in strictly your culture. It's not that you're learning to hate another culture. You know what I'm saying? I just would prefer you grounded in your culture first, and then once you get exposed to it, like you said, you gonna know you confident in who you are. Can't nobody, even though you know, especially for us in this world, they're gonna put you down because of your culture. They're gonna put you down because of who you are, because of how you look. But you strong in it. You know your history in it. You know the role that the people that everybody play in it in the history. You know what I'm saying? So now you get to the point where it's like, oh, I never learned to hate y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not blind to the fact that it's different between us. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I still don't. I still like that's something you don't necessarily have to be grow up in a certain in your culture like that. I mean, knowing everybody, you already is. I think it's just like I said, it's based on confidence. It's a confidence level type thing, and I think more so than others, you gonna be who you are, especially just regardless, and just knowing how to. I don't want to resort to a bar or nothing like that, but it was just like know how to move in a room full of vultures. You feel me? For real, you just know how to do that.
Yes.
But that don't mean you have to be just raised in a black neighborhood to have that. It's equal opportunity. It's like 50-50 thing. Like I get what you're saying, but you don't have to just be raised in one certain neighborhood to that deep. I mean, not knowing how to that's just like knowing how to maneuver when you're around somebody else's parents growing up as a kid. You know how to act. You know how to act when certain people's parents was around, right?
Okay.
So you just knowing that's a small version of just knowing who you are and knowing how to move around.
Yeah, but
Regardless of who they are, like regardless of what religion they are, whatever. But you You just know how. There's some know-how to it. And I'm not saying you don't learn how to, but when you're saying is when you're when you're overly yourself and not yourself, overly in your culture, right? You're not saying there's no know-how, don't know how, but that's something you got to learn how to, right? When you get older, once you're going that far into it, you got to learn that how to move in these rooms, right?
Yeah. Yes, you're gonna always have to. You're gonna have to learn that. But I'm not just saying just for our culture. I'm saying any. That's why I gave the example of religion. Anything studied from a shorty, continuing on to adulthood, you're gonna be strong at it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be in. It's gonna be deeply implanted in you. You know what I'm saying? So that's for any culture. So I'm saying you being exposed to even diversity.
Italians,
yes,
come with the Italian shit,
like, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. And because they know you know what I'm saying, they OG spit it to them and let them know the history of all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Family mean. You know what I'm saying? That's so
yeah, I got you. It makes a lot of sense.
But like we said, even if that's taught and then you're exposed to such a diverse environment, it's kind of like that influence is inevitable to happen. Yeah, so you're not gonna be.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, having those influences.
No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying there is an influence, and you're not gonna be the same person growing up around your people.
You can though.
I don't believe you can though, because that's an influence. My friends are a big influence as a teenager. I mean, just as adolescents. You know what I'm saying?
You can just know them. You ain't gotta kick it with them.
You can, but 9 times out of 10, if you're in a diverse place, environment, school, they're going to be a part of your life. That's just like your college friends. You probably got some. Did you go
there? Yes, I did go to college. Yes, I did go to college.
You probably got some college friends that you made some good friends. You know what I'm saying?
Not really. Like, well, you know what? They was. All right. I mean, but no, actually, no. They was all black.
Oh,
yeah, all my friends that I made.
No, for real, we all gravitate towards each other.
Like, especially going to a PWI.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I
just feel like the influence would be different. And I would prefer to have
who you attract to in those realms.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, because you know
what I'm saying?
Now, if you in a diverse whatever, and you still attract to your people, then I don't know. I think that might be different.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that might be different. But it's kind of hard because it's like, if it's that diverse, then I ain't talking about you in a predominantly white school. No, that's not diverse. I'm talking about Indians, Asians, whites, blacks, Mexicans, everybody.
Yeah, Arabs,
everybody.
Yeah. Not in one cultural neighborhood. That's
right.
Yeah. I want, and that's what I mean. Like, I would want my shorty to grow up seeing all these different cultures.
No, it's beneficial. It's definitely beneficial.
You know what I'm saying? Because they just, that's how y'all do it, and respect is given. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes some shorties pick up bad habits of being overly ignorant, and then things may happen to them.
No, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of messed up things.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
In that regard, like, you don't.
But at least elementary.
What, of being with being with just black people.
Being with your people, at least elementary. Let the foundation get built.
You said, I think the foundation is at the crib though, not in school.
No, the foundation
good.
is
That's what I was
also
getting
in
at.
school.
That's not. I don't think that's the foundation of.
No, home is definitely the foundation, but best believe school is that next layer. Like,
because that's your introduction to social.
Exactly. Look. Yep. Yeah.
Being social. But so when there's, if the role was reversed, right? A little white girl go to an all black school, or a little black boy go to an all white school.
Mm-hmm.
What would be do you think that little white girl would be ghetto? Like ratchet as hell? But if Susie, if Susie, mom and them ain't ghetto, she won't be like that because she gonna be deeply rooted in her and who she is. You feel me?
No, because that influence.
Yeah,
come on now.
Yes, you'll have an influence. Yes.
So you don't think she gonna something cornrow? You don't think something gonna rub off?
Yeah,
yes, because compared to if she was just with Becky, then you know what I'm saying.
She gonna have some.
Yes, because that's an influence.
It's an influence, yes, but that don't mean that doesn't change who you are.
That does change who you are.
That doesn't change it. That's just who you are.
Gee, that changes who you are. I guarantee them kids gonna be.
No, it don't change who you are because just because they're mixed children. Don't.
Yes, that's an influence, G. That's an influence. And it does change who you are. That's what influences do.
How does it change the person that you are?
Because it influenced me to change who I am. What do you mean?
Or it could influence you not to change who you are.
Correct. Regardless, it influenced you.
I'm getting at. That's not.
Whether you take it one way or the other, it's still an influence for you not to do it or to do it. It's an influence.
But if it doesn't influence the person, me, then it's not. Of course, whatever influences you, whatever influences me. We have a difference. Don't do that. We have a difference. But I'm okay with, I'm going to always stand 10 toes down to what my thing is.
I think you're talking from a biased perspective because you grew up strictly, you know what I'm saying? So we really don't know. We really don't know the deal that would have been. So you can't really speak for him. You can only speak for you. And because you grew up solid in the culture, then you learn how to maneuver after the fact. Then you're confident in who you are. Boom. Look, a product of my point of view.
But that doesn't. Okay. If I will still be the same person I am. If I even grew up in a more
no, you wouldn't.
I would.
You wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Just because I grew up.
Gee, you would. Nope, I guarantee it. Because the way when you're there, the professional you is still you. It's still niggified, is what I'm saying. Right. If you would have grown up in something different, it would be that niggified to be at the bottom of the stack, and you would have been learned how to suppress it when you get in a certain whatever.
Okay.
You don't suppress it too much. You know what I'm saying? But you still know how to, like you said, maneuver. You still know how to. You know how to suppress it enough.
That's true.
You know? But I guarantee it would have been flipped if you grew up in a different environment. That's influence.
Yeah. But that, okay. So if let's say for a black man, right,
mm-hmm.
growing up, I only know how to be around black men, right,
mm-hmm.
Or just black people in general, right.
Mm-hmm.
That could be yes, it's an influence. I was gonna say it could be negative too, but it's just influence. But I'm just saying, like, it's okay to have different friends and shit like that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Please don't take me saying I would prefer to have grown up the way I did and without the diversity until I got to college. Yes, that's my view, but I still do think it's benefits for diversity. I still do agree that there are good, like it's good too. Like it's okay. Yeah, I'm down for it. Like,
hoorah.
Right.
I'm down for it.
I'm down for it. No. But you have to really teach your child in them situations that really the way of the world, how the world view us. I understand you so-and-so friend, you this your friend's friend. That's cool. It's good people in the world. But understand, everybody ain't got your best interest at heart when it comes to us.
Okay, but could that be a character? Could that be? Does it have to be a racial thing? Could it just be a character flaw? I'm just saying.
It could be it can be a character. It definitely is a character flaw, but it's definitely a racial thing. So don't cover the fact that it's also a racial thing. You can't get around that, and you got to teach them that. You know what I'm saying? Not to hate other people, not to not to hate other cultures, but just to be aware. Everybody don't have your best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? They could be your friend.
That's with anyone, correct?
That's with anyone. But it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because it comes from a hate. It comes from the hatred that when it's from another culture, it's come from a hating place. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's different than us not liking somebody.
It's the same thing.
It's the same. It can be the same thing, but don't act like it ain't different.
Are you saying the things that have happened make it more prominent? You know what I'm saying?
It's just it comes from a different place. It comes from a different. Now, granted, yeah, we do our people bogus too.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
That's what I'm saying.
We do. But I think that comes from us being put in, just how they constructed, just us being put in the ghetto to repeat a cycle, being put on top of each other, not having resources, not being able to fix up our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that comes from that. I think our hate for each other comes from that. Comes from just the stresses that we are born into. You know what I'm saying? Take a toll. And you taking the fathers out. You make it to where the fathers are not in the homes. So people growing up without fathers, people don't know how to regulate emotions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think all of that comes from that. I don't think it's a hatred when it's like, I truly don't like who you are because of how you look. Like, I really don't like, I don't even want my kids to touch you. Like, I got to wipe myself out. You know what I'm saying?
There's some people out there like that about certain, you know what I'm saying?
Our people, about us.
Not about us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
About other people though.
Yeah, about other people. But I'm saying that's why I was trying to make a point that it's different. Even though we do our people bogus, we do our own selves bogus, but it comes from a different place. It's coming from all of that. You know what I'm saying? And we just can't. I was gonna go down a rabbit hole, but it just, to me, it comes from a different place. It comes from a very different place. So you have to teach your kid about that. Not to hate them though. Don't you? Because there's some good people. I agree with you. It's some good people.
So can you have a group? You got one black guy, all white friends. Mm-hmm. It's 5, 6 songs. Oh, it's 5, 6 songs. Right. Like, they're your friends. Right. Okay. So is it okay for that's how you grew up? You just got all white friends. It's like the shorty that happened in the shorty that drowned, Nolan Wills.
That did what?
Well, I don't know if he drowned. I'm
Oh.
sorry, but they found the body. I'm sorry, in the water. I don't know if he drowned. They found the body in the water.
Because we know. I mean, I just think it's so different, G. It's so different opposed to having one white with all black friends.
It's not.
I just think it's so different. Not saying those people can't be cool. They can't be your really your friend. They can. I don't want to stress that enough, but I just think you have to be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the people's intentions.
Do you feel like it's a certain level of being naive?
Yes, it is. It is. It is a certain level of being naive. And man,
and could that be a product of a black couple trying to get out of don't want their shorty in a bad situation, so they move out to a different area or something like that? You feel me? Like, and like, is there a does the parents feel guilty for trying to get him around this different type of people? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it
have you ever thought about it like that?
I don't think, because a lot of times you do want to take your shorty out of that environment and raise them in a better neighborhood, especially if it's like.
So if that happens, like, shouldn't you, as a parent now, you should be, instead of hey, watch what you're doing around here, like,
yeah,
you feel me, like, this.
No, yeah, you teach them. You teach them about the true history, not the history that they telling you up in them social studies books. The real history. That's not even in it. You teach them about good people, bad people, all in general. Because that's in us. That's everywhere.
Right.
But you can't take that race piece out because it's prevalent today. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that piece out. You gotta let them know. You gotta be aware of it.
Is it ever going? Is it ever not going to be prevalent?
No, I feel like it's always gonna be.
Always be prevalent.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that. I just hate that the world is where we can't even trust everybody. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't trust everybody. It's not just.
No, that's what I'm saying. Everybody.
Oh, everybody.
We can't trust nobody. That's what I'm saying. I hate that we got to the point where we can't trust. Like, even if I see somebody walking and they got bags or something, and I want to say, "Hey, G, you need a ride," but I can't. I can't trust you.
You can.
No, that could be a setup. Now you got somebody running up. I got you. Now you got somebody running up. You stop for them. Type, give me your stuff.
But that just happens. That's not a. That just happens, bro. Like,
yeah, well,
that ain't no.
I just pray for him because I can't.
You could.
Yeah, I don't trust you.
You be feeling like you covered, ain't you?
No, I do. I do.
Feel me? Like,
yeah. So don't.
You feel like you covered.
I'm covered. I trust them.
Okay then.
But you know what? With that, you know what a lot of worry come from with that. People be like, we know that we're covered, and we can have strong faith, but we also know that He allows things to happen. So that's where that worry comes from. I'm covered, but He allowed things to happen. Yeah. So that's where that little worry come from.
That's just show one of the chapters in your book.
Right, but but I'm telling you, that's where the worry come from, because it's like He could allow it to happen. So if I be like, hey, no, you could come, I could give you a ride, and something happens, is my point. That could have been part of the plan for it to happen, and I'm not. I guess it's inevitable if it was meant to happen.
You feel me? That's what I'm getting at. That's exactly what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. I just rest right there.
Well, stop.
I do. It's just comfortable. Stop. No, come on. I told you my shoulder messed up. So it gives the pressure off.
Okay.
But
But I forgot the question you had asked me. But
I bet you did.
Yeah,
Because
but
you went. But I was asking about like the shorty being the only. Well, that's how I first heard the story, that he was the only shorty that was of different culture in the group.
Yeah.
So
I can't confirm that.
I can't confirm it either.
Can't,
But that's how I heard the story first. I'm like, dang. And I ain't gonna front, like, when it's just you and a bunch of any other culture,
right?
You do feel out of place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to hold on. Like, I was in LA, and I didn't know that LA is like super duper de duper Mexican like that. Because the only LA we see is like all the black. You see a lot of black people, right? But it's so many Mexicans like in LA, like, and then being the minority amongst another culture, it felt different. I felt you feel out of place.
Yeah.
Felt out of place. And I'm like, I'm kind of worried because you just never know, because I don't know how these people even like me, or like, you know what I'm saying, how they move, how they connect with their own own people. So I mean, but maybe you got a point when you saying standing knowing who you are. I knew you was in the good. Even though I felt uncomfortable, I was still comfortable.
Imagine feeling like that for years of your life because of your environment. You know what I'm saying? You really don't fit in here. You really don't fit in. Yeah, we cool, but we don't fit. You know what I'm saying?
But you just know how to move around it.
You do know how to move.
And I think that helped me as I became an adult. I think it helped me then knowing how to move around, knowing how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations.
But you learned that as you.
I learned that, yes, but that doesn't. If I didn't, I could have knew it before or prior to coming into those situations.
Yeah, but I'm saying
I grew up in it.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying it would have been a different you though. How I just explained, you professional versus if you would have grew up in a different, it would have been a different you. It wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah.
Because of that influence.
Yeah. She said that 17 times. But like I said, I feel like you got it.
But
you got it. Because
I was gonna say, if it's hard, because if you're a child, if they all grew up from shorties, like, you know what I'm saying? Nolan Wells, his friends. I don't know if they did. I'm not saying they did.
It seems
but I'm saying if they all grew up from toddlers and you seeing these kids grow up, I don't know. That's a little that's hard for me, because, but at the same time, you have to understand they have to go back to their homes and they're still taught certain things. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying. They still may be taught certain things, and vice versa. Yeah, just like how we school them, they may get schooled. You know what I'm saying? And you have to take that into account. But to see them as a toddler and grow, I feel like is different than, okay, now we have moved you into a all white high school. You know what I'm saying? Or even middle school.
But I just don't. I just feel like you choose who you want to be around.
Yeah, no, you do.
You feel me? Like, you choose who you want to be around, and yeah, I agree. It do come from being naive, but
because you want to believe that everybody.
You do want to believe that everybody good, like everybody decent, but those I feel like they don't have to do with. I don't think that has to do with race. I think
not everybody decent. I ain't said that. You want to believe that your friends, the people that you befriend, really, like, you know what I'm saying, really mess with you. Like, you want to believe that. Now, y'all ain't just my friend just to, you know what I'm saying?
Over.
Right.
Do you think that's a rarity?
To what? Have a friend
that's of different culture and that's gonna, do you think they're gonna mess you over?
I don't know if it's a rarity.
Cause I don't think that's why certain people befriend people. You befriend them because you just connect with the person that they are.
Right. But you will hope that you're genuine about it, is what I'm saying. Everybody hopes that the people that they become friends with are genuine. You're truly my friend, whether it be different culture, same culture. I hope you're my friend because you're really my friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I forgot the point that I was talking about for you.
Oh, but I see it both ways. I understand that you can grow up in with your culture and then kind of just be grounded, and the other side when you're not growing up with your culture and just knowing how to be around these different type of people. There's two ways to look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think when I don't want to. Sometimes you don't want to say certain stuff, but just be careful. Just be careful of the people around you. You walk in the rooms, keep your back to the wall, know what's going on.
Yeah, and
don't get too off your square. Just know, hey, and just know not to play with folks. Know not to be played with. And like, comment, subscribe to the ISO Boo podcast.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Share. Repost.
Follow me at CTGo, at damn CTGo.
And I'm lyric _708.
All right, y'all. We all let y'all. Tune in.
Join the conversation.
Keep an open mind.
Because every great conversation starts with
ISO Boo.